Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about morning smoothie, and actually this is going to be the first part of a few-part series, blog entries, videos, where we talk about the morning routine and setting yourself up for success for the entire day. One of the things that I really began honing, I did morning smoothies for a long time as a weightlifter, as a CrossFitter, and the morning smoothies were really good. What I was thinking about back a year, 2, 3 years ago was I was really looking at macronutrient profiles of my smoothie. I was worried about how many carbs, protein, and fat were in it, and I definitely take that into consideration now. However, the thing that's changed for me mostly is the discovery of a lot of superfoods. And I know you've heard that term before and maybe not know exactly what that means, but I've met a lot of people who have designed a lot of the products that I have on my counter now. So I know the people who've developed these things, they've explained it to me, and it's one of those things where there's not always as much research dedicated to some of the things that are newer as things that have been around for a while. Things like, things that everyone knows there's research on, like creatine, Gatorade, whey protein. These are all really common things that there's a lot of research on, but there are a lot of people out there that are designing products that are they are next level. They are going to help your body recover faster, adapt more quickly, and things like that. So a lot of things that I take, this is kind of like I've already done all the things that all the research in the world suggests, and now I'm playing around with things that people are doing that are a little bit newer. I'll start off with some of the things that I put in my morning smoothie that I really think keep me supercharged for the whole day. I added each ingredient over time, so I might have done a couple weeks of this ingredient, and then I added this one, and I noticed how I looked, performed, and felt after each one of the additions to the smoothie. So I now feel like I worked on this over the entire summer, and as the summer's winding down, I find that I've kind of come to my conclusion on which ones work the best. So this is the main protein that I'm putting in my morning smoothie. This is the Roots Nutrition Paleo Protein Superfood. It's marketed as a post-workout, but I like it in the morning. Here's the other thing as well, is I actually am avoiding whey proteins at this point. I have about 18 years of consuming tons of whey protein every day, 1, 2, 3 times a day. And I've just decided that I'm going to cut it out for a while. I don't think it's probably the best thing to put in your body day after day for the rest of your life. So that's one thing I really like about this. The protein blend is egg white protein, sacha inchi protein, and hemp protein. So it's egg white plus some plant-based proteins in there as well. It's got electrolyte blend, which is good for first thing in the morning. And then it has some superfood blends, like a lot of berries, chia seeds, flax seeds, things like that. And some greens in there as well, spirulina, chlorella, kale, spinach, broccoli. So again, what I'm looking at when I'm looking at these supplements is how is this interacting with my body? Is it getting all the micronutrients that I need? I know a lot of times people do the macronutrient thing for a while. When they start focusing on the micronutrients, they start hitting their goals. So I think it's worth checking out. So throw this in there for my main protein source. And then I throw in, I use the Vital Proteins Collagen Beauty Greens. I use both the Beauty Greens and the grass-fed pasture-raised collagen peptides. Slightly different products. This one has a lot of the greens in it alongside the collagen. So I'm using 1 serving of these, and I'm using a half serving of this in my morning smoothie. This is good for skin, bones, joints, a lot of things we don't think about until they begin degrading, especially joints and bones. It's like, oh, my elbow's bothering me. Maybe I should start taking something now. It's probably too late at that point. There's something to stay on top of. And then, of course, your skin, as you get older, you're obviously start noticing that it might not be as elastic and things as time goes on. That's an important thing. I do always throw just simple creatine in there. This is like the cheapest thing on the counter. It's effective. Not only is it good for physical performance for high power output athletes, but it's also really good for mental acuity. So to stay sharp. A lot of research on that, by the way. Metamorphosis. This is actually one of the supplements that made the biggest difference when I added it into my daily routine. It's gotten mostly, I would say the thing that makes it stand out the most is the main ingredient is spirulina. It also has chlorella, hemp protein, pine pollen, and then it has about 10 different types of medicinal mushrooms in it. So these are a lot of mushrooms that might be hard to find. Or if you are eating these mushrooms, you're not eating them in the quantities you would need to get the benefits from it. And so the guys over at Elemental Wisdom, what they did was they ground it up and put it in a bag so I can put it in my smoothie in the morning. And I definitely noticed a big difference. Nice, clean energy the rest of the day, that's usually what I'm going for. Is I want to have like a lot of energy throughout the day and not have a lot of dips. So I noticed that. I also noticed that my skin health did a lot better when I started taking this, and I started getting a little bit leaner. It was one of those things where like, oh, my body's just adapting and changing more quickly with this product. This is probably my favorite one right now that I added over the summer, where I just kind of noticed the biggest difference. Also from Elemental Wisdom, I put this Probiotic Blend in my body. Throw this in my morning smoothie. If you're not taking a really high quality probiotic, I wouldn't recommend just going to the store and picking up whatever bottles on the counter in the pill form. There's these can be, if it gets too hot or something like that, can kill the bacteria. This is something that you want to get in your hands as quickly as possible, throw it in your fridge. And what I like about using this as a powder, it's not pills, is that the powder, the bacteria, the probiotics are actually getting in my mouth. The first thing that starts digestion and then works its way all the way through. If you're taking a pill, there's probiotics not even getting in your system until it's halfway through. I throw in some raw cacao powder. Nothing special about this brand specifically. I just get whatever's on Amazon. Cacao's been really good again for energy. Also just for mood enhancement. Cacao has a ton of properties that are really positive, just from body composition to mood to mental acuity. Again, you're probably seeing a trend here. Is like almost everything I do is for mental acuity and mood and things like that, and that sets me up to be able to train really well. It sets me up to work really hard and finish the day feeling really accomplished and happy. I throw in some almond butter. So my two big fat sources are going to be my almond butter, and then I'm also throwing in some just coconut oil, some virgin coconut oil. Throwing a little bit of ginger, and then I normally do some kale, but I ran out, so we're just going to do some mixed greens here to put on top. I also just throw in some organic mixed berries into it as well, so I do about a cup of that, throw that on top. So I'm getting a mix of powders that are all designed to do something very specific and loaded with superfoods, and then I also do some raw vegetables and raw berries as well, which just a good adds a good consistency to it. This particular recipe I'm going to put on the website, or if you're on the website and you're watching this video, awesome. Right below this is going to be the full recipe, links to all the products where you can get them, and then a quick explanation of how and why you might want to be doing this every single day. Thanks, guys.